Hi, I'm here to talk about the EazyML platform and to show how simple it is for you to use as either a business owner or for your research purposes, and how you don't need to know any computer programming or even have that much math knowledge to interpret the results. You just have to be able to read this dashboard and know what is what and be able to give it a viable data set with a that's in a format it can read. That's pretty much the only restriction. So I will show you, I'll run through this example and I will show you this data set that I will use for this example. So this is a health data set that is designed to show what are the odds or if someone has high blood pressure or not. So do you see all these variable names like how many hours somebody sleeps at night? Are they eating a big breakfast, or how much exercise they're getting a day? Are they on medication? Yes or no. So you have all these things. Work stress level, you have these things, low or high. So if you know anything about machine learning, by looking at the target variable, which is the blood pressure, we can see that it's either going to be high, okay, or normal. And okay or normal probably sounds the same. It sounds like it to me. So really, it would be it sees it as there's three separate variables, but really there's only two separate ones. Is okay and normal, or seem somewhat the same, but it's probably going to be a classification problem because it's a choice that you're giving the system. So I'm going to upload this and we're going to see what it thinks right now. So we're at the screen, and we'll say the detailed screen. We will upload the training data and we will upload it to here. So we will see the data right here, and it's all in here what we just saw. And by the way, there is a help button up here for any of the um, questions you might have about what's going on in every screen. So let's see. Identification, we don't need any for this. So the help, again, this changes for each step just to guide you through it. The screen shows you what kind of variable each variable is. Sorry, which kind of data type each variable is. So, is it a numeric or is it categorical? Like what we were talking about classification, right? This is a set. This shows the minimum, maximum value, the mean, standard deviation. If you're interested in that, we don't need that for this purposes, but that just shows it to you on these steps. We do not need to remove the outliers in this case, so let's just say no. And this drops all the non-numeric data or data that it's not going to use, the categorical ones. So this is as exactly as it's going to go in. It's just showing the final results before it goes into the machine. And is asking if we want to mix up the data. And let's just say no for this. And the outcome variable is the important part that we want to predict, right? So in this case, it's the blood pressure. So we will go and find it, and we'll say that is the blood pressure. We want to predict, and it's just telling us the number of rows and the data set and everything, and before we start. And remember, if we're confused, we have the help button up here. So we can visualize the data if we want. We're going to say what axis that we want. Let's just skip that for now. And it's done. So now what are we going to do? We're going to build the model. And what kind of model do we want to do? Let's do a predictive model. As I said at the beginning, this is a classification problem. That's what it thinks it is. That's what it turns out to be. Let's say no, we don't want to remove any dependent predictors. By default, let's not add any derived predictors. Let's let it do some feature production. Okay, that's done. And now we are going to start with the model building part. So this is going to take a couple minutes. But so the cool part about EazyML is that it's not only is it super easy to use, but it shows what's going on under the hood to some extent. It shows why it makes the decisions that it did and which variables are the most important and what is going on to give you more insights on what is coming from your data set. So it's a really nice feature. So you don't have to. It's not a black box because a lot of these other automated systems are just you don't know what's going on inside. So this is what's awesome about this is that it tells you what is going on. So here we are at the model results page, and at the top there is a boosted decision trees with information gain right here, and with an accuracy of 72%. So if you're a data scientist or someone that's wanted to do this data science problem with your data set, you would either have to make educated guesses or trial and error your way through all of these with the various settings to try to find a model that got to this level, maybe. So the point of EasyML is to take away all that step so you could just do it in 5 minutes like this. So it's pretty awesome because data scientists make a lot of money, and if you can, a normal person can do this, it would make these problems a lot easier. So here is the ranking of the variable importance to the blood pressure. And here we see work stress level is the most important, followed by the minutes of aerobic exercise and the medication, and do you take a walk or not. So this shows the nice ranking of all the variables. So we'll say, and it shows that are these predictors influential? We'll say yes. And the model is built. Now we have a test set, which I have right here, which I'll show you. It's the same thing as the training set, except it's only 6 rows long, and it doesn't have the blood pressure one because we're trying to predict on that. So that would be blank. So same thing as we're going to go through each row and say, based on all of these variables, what is the blood pressure level going to be? That's essentially how it's going to work. So let's see. Let's choose the top one, the best one. And let's upload. And let's say no. We don't need to do bias detection. And next, predictions are done. And here we are. So based on each row, these 6 rows, then we go all the way to the right and we will see what's the predicted blood pressure. High, high, okay, okay, or normal. And that's how we do it. So do we want to understand why? This is the part I was talking about how it's very transparent in the way it does the system. So yeah, here's its a graph on how it goes, the local predictor importance plot, and it shows what's going on with the work stress level and the exercise. So yeah, it's just pretty cool. It shows like what's the most important and how important it is. So that's why, and it goes for, you can do this for each row. So for each row of your data set, you can do this. So that's what's pretty awesome about this platform. It's really easy to use, as the name pertains, and it tells you why it's doing it. So, yeah, I would totally suggest using it. It's made my life easier, and yeah, thanks for watching.